Peace. Quick little think fast. Realizing happen now, of course. Uh, I realize upon my growth and my experience, well, we want to have a certain level of humbleness. A certain level of gratitude. You know, for what is, but more so speaking to the humbleness vibe. But I realized how unworthiness could disguise itself in a manner of like not feeling great about what you do. You know, me and my brother was talking about like dealing with, like say for instance, as we're doing what we gotta do, you know, sometimes say for instance I was speaking on dealing with my YouTube channel and I come across people that's like, oh man, Universal, man, I love your videos, and and thank you for this and thank you, and having that vibe of like not getting into that like, well, oh thank you, you know what I'm saying, like, but like not letting those compliments or that vibe inflate the ego. But like I realized, like, as much as you don't want to inflate the ego, you still want to be happy about what you do, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about the Bruce Lee quote, if in so many words, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he was like, if I said I wasn't great at what I do, I'd be lying to you. And at the same time, if I was confident about what I do, then you'll say I be being cocky, you know what I'm saying? But I have to acknowledge that it is what it is. I am great at what I do. It's just not getting into a big headed, egoic place to where, you're in your egoic mind as far as like, oh yeah, that makes me better than everybody else. As long as you don't slip into that I'm better than everybody else because I'm great at what I do, but it's all right for you to be like, but yeah, I am great at what I do. You know what I'm saying? I do sit there and go through this information and set up some of these videos to make sure that it helps in a manner that would, have people coming to me like, hey man, appreciate the videos, this and that. It's a level of us feeling happy about that, because what happens is, as we try to continuously downplay that energy, it is indirectly putting us into a vibe of unworthiness. It's almost like saying, oh man, I'm not worthy for your praise. Like, I'm not worthy. Like, oh, yeah, I'm just the average guy, that's unworthy. And of course, again, we're not like, oh, well, yeah, I'm better than everybody. I be channeling information, this and that. You're not stepping into a realm like that. But at the same time, being happy that you are able to articulate yourself and help others, and speaking from perspective of what I'm dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Like, being grateful and more so being happy to be of assistance, you know what I'm saying? And not feeling like, oh, well, nah. It's almost like somebody trying to give you a gift or a compliment, and you like, oh man, I'm unworthy for that gift, or I'm unworthy for that compliment. No, we're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why these people, giving us these compliments, giving us these compliments, and and sharing that energy of gratitude towards us, is because we are being of service. We are worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's time to be aware. I realize again within my own growth, within my own experience, that's a way of that unworthiness to disguise itself. Like, all right, let me I'm a be nonchalant, or I'm gonna act like this isn't a great thing, so I won't get in my ego. To not have me get in my ego, let me just downplay every compliment, downplay every message of appreciation. It's like, nah, you know it's okay to love love the fact that we are great at what we do. You know what I'm saying? In essence, that's what allows for us to be greater and be more confident in what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a bunch of people coming up to a player who plays sports. It's like, man, one of the greatest, this and that. You know what I'm saying? And that player know that all right, I'm not gonna let my ego inflate, and it's a balance basically. I'm not gonna let my ego inflate, but I'm not gonna deny this these compliments either, because because I do go out there and give it my all. I do go out there and make sure I hit my jump shots and crossing people over, in the analogy of basketball, or I do make sure I'm great at playing tennis or whatever it is, again, that you do. I do make sure I'm great at writing my books, and I take time to do it. So I should accept those compliments, you know what I'm saying? Again, is accepting those compliments and accepting, that energy, and feeling your worthiness, you know what I'm saying? Because again, that unworthiness will try to disguise itself in that vibe of like being nonchalant about, when people like, man, you helped my life, or man, the music you did is so great, man. It's this and that, you know what I'm saying? Again, you don't want to go to a place of, oh yeah, I'm pretty amazing. Uh, that one song I did was like one of the best songs ever. I even think it's better than, you know what I'm saying? Like, not for us to get lost in our ego, but at the same time, because another thing too, we do have a healthy level of ego. We do have a healthy level of individuality. That's what makes our experience, is us being our unique, soulful selves, and having a unique vibration in general. So again, nothing is wrong with that. And just getting to a place of accepting, you know, who you are, accepting our greatness. Sometimes we get again to this place of downplaying, how great we are, and how great what we're doing is, you know, by being scared of the ego. 'Cause that's another thing too. We don't want to be operating out of fear. And if it's like me downplaying these compliments because I fear my ego, I shouldn't be fearing my ego. I should be aware of it, but I shouldn't be fearing it. So, just making sure, that I'm not slipping into this vibe of unworthiness. Like, oh man, you shouldn't, even though I do 1,000 videos and put information up, man, you shouldn't, say anything to me. You know, I'm a scumbag. Don't tell me that my videos help you. I'm a piece of shit. You shouldn't tell me. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of get, how it could turn into a place where you just kind of is indirectly uh, looking at yourself as unworthy. So just be aware of that. You know, accept the compliments, accept the, you know, uh, the praise, accept, it's all right to accept. It's like gifts. You know what I'm saying? Again, some of us have problems with accepting gifts, because that's also where I feel like that stems from too. It's like that lacking the ability to accept things. You know what I'm saying? Again, where somebody give you a compliment, and then you automatically try to find a way to give a compliment back. Because it's a nervousness and an uneasiness about accepting that gift. You feel like, oh man, I just took something. You feel guilty as if you just robbed somebody and they just gave you something, you know what I'm saying, willingly, like, here, this is for you. You know what I'm saying? This compliment is for you. This thanks and praise is for you. But it's like, well, nah, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, being scared to, I'm scared to accept this gift because I'm scared of my ego. So I'm not going to accept this gift, and I'm just going to push it back to you. I'm going to downplay, your gratitude and your thanks right now because I'm scared of my ego. I'm unworthy, you know, like that. That's where that place, And again, that's a tricky little place. So being aware of that, of accepting your greatness, but without getting, to a big-headed, arrogant place. But again, if I said I was confident and great at what I do, you know what I'm saying, people would feel like I'm being cocky, you know. But if I told you that I'm not great at what I do, I'd be lying to you as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to you, and I don't want to be cocky, but I am great at what I do. You know what I'm saying? So just remembering balancing that vibe, that attitude, so to speak. You know, again, we are worthy. You know what I'm saying? And two, having to realize that as long as our heart is always in the righteous place, you know, it should become more and more easier to accept these gifts and things, because realizing that in most cases, again, that's that fear popping up and having you fear yourself as if you're some you know evil serial killer. And I'm just evil serial killer, quote unquote, but as if you're some evil serial killer that's constantly doing something wrong. You want to, it's like trying to look at yourself as, again, like unworthy, or like you're some type of evil villain or something, just for accepting the gift or accepting the compliment. And that's farthest from the truth. But peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Peace, peace.